Anguilla. And it's that coalition that will take Anguilla forth. We cannot expect that when we are in Anguilla, living in Anguilla for years, never making a dent on our society, nothing in public life, to say that we have done something. My concern is that those who are running for election should have stepped also out of their private life and get more involved in public life. I said I did nothing. Who's this man? But I believe that one must be proud of a country that gave birth to his or her ideas. I hold this belief that without education, there's no progress. I still believe that education will out for our children. And that's why I stress it over and over. I believe that there are those within this country that want to strangle the possibilities for a nation ready to move forward. My hope is that one day, on this tiny island of Anguilla, and perhaps in this tiny village, our main resource may be our intellectual capacities and the recognition that some moral and competitive standing may be obtained in this world. Ladies and gentlemen, we must let go of the political drama. Conclude this race, which is so pivotal and vital to a new chapter in our history. Let go of the propaganda. Bring the propaganda to its right course. There are over 25 lawyers in this country, and each one has a rated position. For those who are accused, there is a course that deals with that. It's not in the court of public opinion. It's in the court that is set up to determine legal principles. Legal principles. Their hope, and that I challenge them to do, is to bring this forth. They can't. They can't. I will say to them, they can't. All right? There are some candidates that express ideas for our country, while some of the others just seek to devour beyond reason. But I come to tell you that there's no moment greater than now to allow your wisdom, not your affection or scathing remarks, to determine what you're going to do on election day. During these hard economic times, we are summoned to demonstrate unflinching responsibility on behalf of our children and our people. We are tired of politics of fear and slander. Put it simply, I am ashamed of Anguilla's political parties. I'm ashamed of their rhetoric. I'm ashamed of the destructive course they have taken Anguilla on. I'm so ashamed that I say no more, no more, no more. In 5 years, we have gone through so much. We cannot have another 5 years of the same nonsense. 5 years for each candidate to do nonsense. You use a multiplier of perhaps 2 or 3. So when you use that multiplier, that's 15 years your kids have gone behind. They may put themselves back 5 years, or you as an adult, but your child is 15 plus years behind. Whatever multiplier you want to use. Bad decisions. Bad decisions. I hear, as I walk about, I hear the nonsense. I hear the level to which they could come. It's a level so low that one needs not comment. My people of this district in Anguilla, our country can no longer rely upon anything less than the best leadership. I'm determined to provide that leadership with the help of you, the people. The task of governing, especially during this critical time, cannot be given to anyone who's insecure, unsure, inexperienced, incompetent, unprepared, or out of his or her own comfort zone. Politics has no time for redress. Government has no time for do-overs. When you sit down and you discuss, you agitate, you come to a conclusion, make sure it's in the interest of the public, not in the interest of the individuals that debate or discuss. There are some of them who don't even want to go on a debate. I still think the Anguilla Progressive Party candidate, which I said I should really go to the name that I would like to call it, the Anguilla Divisive Party candidate, and Mr. Hodge, an independent candidate, for showing up at the debate. Both of them did well. But I want to state, as I said before, that out of a history here in Anguilla of repetitiveness, a behavior that we have experienced over and over, the next decade, we have no time for wonder or blunder. We have time to do things right. Out of the history of the 60s and 70s, there must emerge a correlation of ideas, a correlation of facts that will take us to a new destiny. We cannot give up now. We have suffered long and suffered hard, and we have come a long way. We cannot give up now. We must be successful in this race in order to guide this nation to a new level of hope and prosperity on all fronts. Towards this end, I promise you to put people above party, principle above party, and purpose above party. I said some time ago on the Bay that the day after the election, the party is over. All the fetting and drinking is over. It's time to pull up your sleeves and work. They promise you, what they promise you has no longevity. What they promise you has no link to life. They promise you things that are for now, but we must live beyond now. Our lives go beyond now. For if we die today, what we did would be seen through our children. And we have no time to mix up nor mess up. We must get rid of this idea that parties must dominate Anguilla, because they sit and do only that which is good for the party. They are not concerned about you. No crisis can make me lose my morality or principle. I know many people who would have done demoralizing things to resolve their economic problems. I know many who would have accepted offers, but I understand the price of silver, and I understand what it has done to mankind before. And my mother taught me, and I exemplify that in my children and those with whom I've come in contact, that a man should be honest, that a man must look out for his fellow man whenever possible. I can lift my head high knowing that those people who are out there spreading propaganda will be stopped. When you write things, you must stand behind them. Do not be afraid. Be unafraid about those things. If truth has any backing, then it must be told. And it must be told with a face behind it. The experiences that I have, ladies and gentlemen, allow me understanding of your needs. This is why I chose to run for office. It is a reason embedded in the idea that each government has a tremendous obligation to its citizenry, and that as citizens we have a wonderful and a meaningful privilege and understanding of our democracy as well. But we must find anchor in truth. It must find root in the belief that we in our Harbour and East Village can do more for our constituency well